Hello Zenbees. Tangle is a meditative art form that is a relaxing method of creating abstract art using structured patterns. It teaches and focuses on being mindful and present. Tangle requires no artistic skills. Welcome to our 31 Days of Zen October project, Magical Stars. Hello, I'm Sandhya Manne. I'm an artist and a certified Tangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating and practicing Tangle, my own Tangle inspired artworks and collectibles. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any videos that are posted here throughout this month of October. It's day 10 today and we're working with string number 10 from the Magical Stars template. You can join the fun by logging on to www.sanyamanestudio.com/magicalstars. And you can also find all our previous projects from this series on the playlist Magical Stars. So for today's project, I'm working on a white round Zendala tile, black pen, white pen, gold pen, pencil stub, and some watercolors. Go grab your supplies and let's get started. On to tangling now. Hey, it's day 10 and we're working with string number 10. You can get these strings from this template, the October project, Magical Stars, and to get access to this, all you have to do is log on to my website, www.sanyamanestudio.com/magicalstars and sign up to get an instant download of this. So today's session, we're going to work, of course, on this white round Zendala tile with your string placed on, and we'll be using 01 black micron, a 08 black micron, white number 10 jelly roll, gold jelly roll, and pencil stub, white charcoal pencil stub. I'm going to use some watercolors here, so we will need our watercolors, brush, water, pen, and all that goes with that. So get your supplies ready and we shall get started. So I want to start with first thing is by inking our star. So inking the string here. So take your time, go around and do that. So this is a 10 pointed star. Okay. Now I am also going to ink the circle line here. So let's do that as well. Okay, so now let's get started with adding colors to the string, and then we shall get to our tangles. So we are going to add colors. Now I'm going to add multiple colors here. As in, I'm going to start off with, so like the way I've started off with orange, and then I'm going to transit into, say, red, and then maybe pink, magenta, violet, purple, and then maybe blue and dark blue, and maybe more dark blue, and then come back here. So I'm trying to kind of transit with multiple colors on the same string. So let's try this. It's going to be fun. But if you at any point feel it's not working out, don't worry. Just do one color, and that's totally fine. Okay, so I added orange. Now I'm adding a bit of this is kind of a reddish color like that. So I'm going to use that and transit from there to here. Okay, and now I'm going to get to my rose. Okay, now I'm going to take crimson. Okay, make sure this is dry. My color is still wet, so I'm gonna wait for a second. Let these dry, and then work on the next layer, because it's all going to get merged up. I can already see water kind of blending into the orange, so I don't want that. So I'm going to kind of stop here, wait for a couple of minutes for this to dry before moving on. Okay, so now I'm just continuing. It's kind of dry, still not completely dry, but I have to go in and add. So this is my crimson, and I stop here. Now I'm going to move on to purple. I'm just lifting the extra paint that was there.
Okay, now I'm going to get to violet. I'm just going to go back and add a bit of this. It looks too washed out, so I'm just cleaning that up, and then I'm also cleaning this thing here. So I've basically cleaned my brush, and I'm just lifting this extra thing off the space here. Okay. Okay, so I'm still again going to wait for a while because these are still wet, and I don't want ink flowing into that. So I'm just going to finish it here and wait for all of this to dry before I move on to that section. Okay, so now I think I'm ready for the next set of colors. Do you see how this is all getting mixed up? I'm not going to worry about this. That's totally fine. So let's go ahead and start adding our next color. So I have this dark violet, which is what we added here. I'm going to go in and add some blue. I don't know if you can see this one. So I'm going to add this blue. So this is going to go here and here. Okay, now I'm going to add a little different color here. This one. Okay, now I'm going to add a really dark blue, this one here, for the last bit. Okay, so here this is all done. A rainbow star. So I am going to start off with the border here first. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. I want to add circles right along this in the center of the space. So 1, 2. So we're going to do this tangle called whipped cream here. It's a lovely border pattern, and we're going to do that in this section. Okay, so now I'm adding a circle right between these two. Okay, so now we are going to connect these in a S format. Okay, so go around and connect them. So I start from here and wrap around like this. So I start from here, go around the circle, pull the line out and wrap around the next circle. So this gives a nice jump and a landing. Okay, so let's finish this. Okay, so now I start from here and go around like this and start adding petals like that. Okay. So go around and do this. Now, actually we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side as well. So now here I'm going to pull out a line like this, like that. And this is how we're going to work this. So either you can do both together and keep moving, or you finish one side and then come back to the other side. I prefer finishing one direction because then the flow is there, my pen is kind of working in one particular direction. It's much more easier for me to move than keep changing the direction, but that's just me. So see what works for you. If you're comfortable finishing one complete section and then moving on to the next one, go ahead, do that. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the bottom side. Okay, so take your time, go around and finish the border. Okay, so here we are all done. We will go back and add few more details. Maybe I'll add a black in the center, or we'll see. We'll get to that. But for now, we're going to do Bales in this section. Okay, so Bales goes like this. I'm going to add a circle right in the center. Okay, and I'm going to fill this section with solid black. Okay, so take your time and give that a good finish. Okay, it's all done. Now in the center we are, okay, before we get to the center, I quickly wanted to fill these gaps up. These little triangles that's there, I'm going to add solid black and we're going to finish that. Okay, so now here in the center we're going to do this tangle called Hamail. So I'm just starting off, I'm eyeballing the center and I'm starting off with a triangle like this, curved ends, and then I'm going to pull out another similar triangle that's kind of hugging the previous one with curved edges. So we keep doing this, and each time I'm going to go slightly taller or bigger than the previous petal. Okay, so now I'm going to pretend this line is going like this and like that. Okay, so now whatever space I have, I'm kind of trying to fit in that. And now we are kind of reducing the size of the petals. So I'm going smaller here like this. You see this one and this one. So I'm kind of going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller like that. Okay, so we've fit the flower in that space. Now all these little extra gaps that we have, I am going to fill it up with solid black. Okay, so now here inside this, I'm going to give aura like that. Okay, so now inside of this, okay, so now I'm going to add a little V shape here and give an aura like that. So add a V shape, fill that up, add an aura, and we are adding some dots like that. Okay. here in this section, we're going to do this tangle called well, but with a twist. So I'm going to start with a circle right there, and we're going to pull out lines like this, and like this, right? And then I'm going to give a little bit of weight right at the end, so something like this, and then I am going to aura this like this. So how many other auras you can fit in? Okay, and then what I do is I'm just going to make this part slightly dark with a little bit of black like that. So kind of like our tangled zonk. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this all through. So this line goes like this, and this one goes like this. Okay, so take your time and go around finishing this. Okay, so take your time and finish the rest. Okay, so I forgot to hit record, and here's what we did. I finished adding the well all around, and then I added black in the center, and I added a little bit of left a little bit of white there. So we did that, and now I'm using my gold pen to go around adding the gold in all these gaps between the whipped cream. Okay, so take your time to do this. Okay, so take your time, go around and add gold all around this. Okay, so that is all done. Now for the Bales circle also I'm gonna add gold. Make sure it's all dried up here before you go inside. Okay, and same thing here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my shading, just making sure it's all dried. So here we start with this right at the center like this, and then I'm going to pull this like this and go around. Okay, now I'm going to use the gold and add a little bit of lines like this. Okay, so that is done. Now over here I'm going to add gold, or should we add white? I think we're going to add white. There's already too much gold here, so I'm going to add white. But before that, let's go around the star and do a shading along the star. So like always, we will go along the line, and if the line is going over another line, then our shading is going to go over that other line. If it's going under, then you're going to skip that and go under. So whatever is happening with the line, just go along with that. Okay, gently I'm going to use the strap to blend this very gently. Okay. Okay. So over here I'm not doing much for Will because we already have this shading going on here. Only for whipped cream I'm going to add pencil right here like that, and we're going to blend this out. There's a little section here that I missed out. Okay, so we're going to do that all around. Okay, all done. Now with my white pen, I'm gonna add the dots on the string. I like to start with the corner dots. Okay, so that is all done. I think I am going to add pencil here just a bit to kind of demark the border and this inner circle. Okay. Okay, here it is all done. Now if you wish, we can add a little loop like this, just on the first set of lines, like this, just to add some fun here because this looks very empty. Just random lines. That's I'm going to do this for all of them, and then we shall get to journaling. Okay, so now let's get to journaling. First thing first, I'm going to put my initials on. Let's see, where can I put my initials? Okay, over here, like that. And now let's journal this. So today's date is 10th of October 2022, and this is day 10 of Magical Stars. And we started off with Tangle. The innermost tangle is Hamail, and then the border tangle was whipped cream, and then we added Bales and well. So these were the tangles that we used here. That is all done.
Hope you had fun on this project with me. I would love to see your creations. So down to our Facebook group, Friendlies, where all the after party fun happens. Share your creations there and check out the works by other Friendlies. If you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at Sandhya Manne or hashtag MagicalStars. A quick note, these projects and these videos are for your personal use and no part of this can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. To understand the Zentangle method and to get started in your own journey, check out my website www.sandhyamannestudio.com for classes, courses, and workshops. Now it's time to comment. So please comment and let me know how you enjoy this project because that really helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. To join the Magical Stars October project, log on to www.sandhyamannestudio.com/magicalstars. I'll see you tomorrow with another project. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Bye bye. Namaste.